Good evening, everyone. It is a late Friday night, about 11:15. If you're watching this at a later time, which most of you probably will be, I wanted to come on real quick and give everybody a quick update on our severe weather potential for tomorrow morning. Now, if you've been watching the forecast the last few days, that potential was very, very low. Matter of fact, probably this time yesterday, it was zero. Now it's probably 50-50. So I kind of wanted to go over that with you, especially since this could start fairly early tomorrow morning. Maybe for some of us before sunrise, especially if you're west of Dallas Fort Worth. So definitely wanted to give everybody a heads up on that. So with that, this is current radar. As you can tell, nothing out there. A couple sprinkles up near Red River. Nothing to be concerned about. Temperatures in the mid 50s. Rather cool. Not very cool for December, I should say. But late December is going to be rather warm in the next couple of days, and it's going to cool off toward New Year's. But more about that at a later date. So I wanted to go over the latest models that have really ramped up here lately. Let me get the right one. There we go. All right, so this is the HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh, one of the more famous models in thunderstorm predictions. Not a flawless model by any means, but as you can see, it really ramps up around the Metroplex, probably starting. Let me stop this. All right, so that is 3 a.m. 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. right there. So out near Mineral Wells, maybe just a tad west of Mineral Wells, you see, at least according to the model, you see some initiation. Then it really gets going at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m., noon, and then 1. And then, of course, you can see most of it goes off into east and southeast Texas. Now, I will say the southeastern part of the United States, Louisiana, Mississippi, is in for a rough day tomorrow. We'll show a graphic of that in just a second. So it's really just about awareness because the situation has changed. And even if you had asked me this time yesterday evening, I would have said, hey, well, all that bad stuff's going to be well east of us. And as each model run has, come out today, is consistently pushed everything back to the west. That's why we have at least a 50-50 chance of seeing some rough weather. I don't think it's going to be anything like later in the day, but, rougher than we thought. And again, especially since it's going to be so early, or potentially starting so early. And I think if you were not paying attention to the weather forecast, especially late tonight, you would be really surprised maybe if you saw some storms. That's why I wanted to come on and talk about that. All right, so let's show you the latest. I say latest. This is a little misleading because get my cursor to work here. The Storm Prediction Center has not updated this as of yet. Yeah, that's not going to work. There we go. So this is the day 2 outlook, which came out at 11:30 this morning. So nothing, and they don't update these. The day 2 outlooks are only updated once a day. So ironically, the next update after midnight will be day 1, which will probably, I think what you'll see, and it won't come out till typically midnight or 1 a.m. So no offense, but I probably won't stay up for that. But I think what you're going to see is this yellow and dark green move back toward the west. I don't know that Dallas Fort Worth is going to be in the slight risk, which is yellow. I bet most of Dallas Fort Worth and maybe even little points west would be in the dark green, which is the marginal risk, 1 out of 5. So it's just been trending back. As you can see in Louisiana, Mississippi, that's the enhanced risk, and I think there will definitely be some tornado activity, unfortunately, in that neck of the woods. So if you have relatives in Louisiana, Mississippi, give them a heads up that tomorrow may be a rough day for them. If it is a quote-unquote rough day for us, then I don't think it'll certainly be an all-day thing. It'll be early, probably by noon, 1 o'clock. It'll be out of here. It's just, like I said, the trend has become the potential for severe weather has migrated west all day with model runs. And of course, part of that is the severe weather potential, which again, 24 hours ago was basically 0. All right, so let's do this. Going to give you an idea. That is the tornado outlook. Again, this is for tomorrow, that hatched area, again, Louisiana, Mississippi. And that's, again, just for reference, that's a 10% chance of seeing the EF2 tornado or greater. within that hash. I don't think we're going to see anything like that here. But again, I think you'll see this area migrate back to the west when they do the first day one outlook for Saturday, which is again probably about 1 a.m. And let's go back one here. It just can't get a full suite severe wind outlook again, 58 miles an hour or greater. And last but certainly not least, hail, severe hail. Again, you can even this update this morning, the 2% or excuse me, the 5% hail threat was just barely east of Dallas. Again, I think that's going to migrate west once the latest models come out in the morning. All right, so matter of fact, let's show a bigger picture here. Let's give me, yeah, there we go. So blow this up a little bit. There we go. So again, you can see the greater potential for everything is southeast of us. Now again, this is going to change, but with the wind threat and hail threat, mainly south and east of Dallas Fort. But again, the trend is definitely more that we might have a better chance than we thought. All right, so let's go back to SH-RRR. So another model we like to look at is the NAM, high resolution NAM North American model. And this one was updated not too long ago. So start here. I think this model had everything. Okay, so this is actually 7 a.m. And this is kind of what we were looking at most of the day to day, is that these storms would form south and east of Dallas Fort Worth. And the NAM says that they will. So this is a distinct possibility. So this is 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Now, again, you can see it gets a little close there. Noon and so forth and so on. So the NAM is a little more pessimistic about storms forming this far west. But the HRRR, which again is not a perfect model, it's very famous, but it's not perfect, and it has been wrong before, and it'll be wrong again. So there's two models there that kind of give you the flavor of what they're maybe looking at. And I don't know. Okay, let's look at the HRW here. Okay, let's scoot it up a little bit. Yeah, so there, that would be 7 a.m., 8, 9, 10, 11, noon, 1. So they're kind of more consistent with the HRRR. And I think that's why you've seen the National Weather Service, the Fort Worth office, has been more pessimistic about our chances of seeing severe weather, or optimistic. Of course, it depends on how you look at that. Nobody's optimistic to see severe weather. But it is something that we definitely want to watch. And that's why I wanted to come on. It's late, and I know most of you will not be watching this live. I could definitely tell by the comments, but shoot me a comment if you're watching. Just say hi before I sign off. Gets lonely. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so let's see if there's anything else. I don't see anything in the chat, so don't have any questions to answer. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go to the satellite picture. I don't want that one. You can see there's high clouds from the storm system that's coming up. Let's I don't know which one. Let's try this one. Yeah, it's a good one. There we go. And let's put some references on here so we kind of know where we're talking about. All right, so we'll put this in motion. And you can see these high clouds are just precursor to the storm system that's coming up. Hey, Lori, thank you. My comments work. Again, testing out some new software. So, yes, Oliver's not going to be happy about the thunder. Yeah, no, he's not. And hopefully that's the only thing he will have to worry about. No other severe weather parameters he'll have to worry about. Hey, Kevin, how are you, sir? Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure, Kevin, as always, even at a late hour. And, I have to admit, I probably would have did this update before I went to bed. Even my Aggies weren't playing right now, but is at halftime, and so I was up anyway. I thought, well, heck, I'm up for the Aggie game, and we'll see how they do in the second half. But I thought, you know what, I'm up anyway. Might as well do just a quick stream. especially since it's going to be rather a shock for some people if we see these storms. Now, again, there's like I said, a 50-50 chance that we wouldn't see anything. If people are going to see something, just maybe all east of us. So I will say that. So it's certainly not out of the question. All right, so let's stop this. So let's go to the, whoops, let me go to the last frame. There we go. So what we can do, kind of give you an idea, we could put some parameters on here, some severe weather parameters, and kind of give us an idea of what we can expect. And it's not going to show a whole lot because this CAPE, which is convective available potential energy, is way down south, but that's going to surge north here. So, matter of fact, you know what? Let's do this. So go back to the HRRR. All right, so let's forward it through, that's 9 a.m., 8, 7, okay. Boy, I hope that's not right. This is supercell right over Dallas County. Hopefully that's not the case. But what else we can look at, though, is to kind of give us an idea. Yes, Kevin, go Aggies. Hopefully they'll play better in the second half. Let's look at some severe weather parameters to get an idea of what we're doing. So updraft helicity, however you want to say it, it's always an interesting one. Let's see. Yeah. So as you can see, all this means is this is the potential for updrafts in a thunderstorm to be strong. Have a lot of upward vertical motion, which is what you would need for the severe thunderstorms. So again, not showing a lot of that around North Texas, which is good. We can also look at the supercell composite, which again is a forecast. So this is interesting because it's going to surge overnight, and it's a lot further west than we initially thought. But then again, it kind of quickly moves off to the southeast in the afternoon hours. So that's why we may not see anything. Let's look at the significant tornado parameter, STP as we like to call it. I don't think we're going to see a lot of this for North Texas. So that is 6 a.m., 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So as you can see, most of that would be south and east of Dallas-Fort Worth. So again, that's why I think the severe weather, it's not going to be great for us. Hey, Rebecca, what time we have a movie tickets at 10:30 a.m.? Oh, goodness. What are you going to go see, first of all? Second of all, that might be prime time for our weather, unfortunately, if we get it at all. And that's the other thing I would say is that this is kind of a 50-50, bang or bust. We could see rough weather and we could see nothing. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be nothing out there. It's just going to might be all east of us. So 10:30 might be interesting, but wicked. Okay. Yeah, that's great choice. Haven't seen that yet. So obviously right now I wouldn't change anybody's plans because again, it's a 50-50 situation to where, it might be nothing to be worried about at all. Or, it might be a lot of interesting things going on. I'll be on top of it regardless. So, like I said, it could start, rather, I think if you wake, when the sun rises, which is 7:30ish, I think we're going to have a good idea of what's going on. If we have these storms, when we wake up and we have these storms that are west of Dallas-Fort Worth, like the HRRR is showing, then we'll have to be on our toes. If we don't see that, and it's not until 8 or 9 o'clock, it doesn't mean we wouldn't be out of the woods. It just means that it's a little bit later forming, and that means they won't really probably get cranky until they get east of us. So that's what we're going to watch. Timing of everything is interesting. But like I said, everything has been pushed back to the west from earlier model runs. All right, so let's see. Is there anything else we could look at to give us an idea of what? We could look at bulk shear. Yeah, we always had a lot of that. Let's look at mixed layer CAPE, which is a convective available potential energy, which is what thunderstorms need. So yeah, that's now again, the further north you get, it really peters out. So this is the potential energy available for thunderstorms. So again, the general trend is south and east, but this is kind of crept up toward the metroplex more than it used to. I think that's probably it. Looked at the supercell composite, the significant tornado parameter, looked at all that. And helicity, so yeah, all right. So let's go back to nope, I don't want that. Oh, it's late. All right, here we go. All right, and this is the latest H triple R. I think it's the same as we looked at. Okay, that's 5 a.m., 5, 6 a.m., 7, 8, 9. Yeah, a little more basic. Okay, that's a little bit different. Okay, so it is late. The bottom line is this. The forecast has changed quite a bit. Before, it wasn't going to do anything. And then about mid-afternoon, it might just all be barely east of us. And now it's more like, it could be right in the metroplex starting out. So that's why I want to come on and talk about. I'll be on top of it, of course, in the morning. What time is it now? 11:30. I'll be a glutton for punishment, and I'll watch my Aggies probably till the bitter end. So that means I won't go to bed until 1 or 1:30 probably. And then if it starts early, then I'll wake up early. So I might not get a lot of sleep tonight, which is okay. That's what I do. If it's not too early, it depends on what's going on. I may live stream it from the field. If it's too early for that, then I'll just do my normal studio updates like I'm doing now and keep everybody up to date. Hopefully I want to do a whole lot of that, to be honest. Okay, so I don't, excuse me, don't see anything else in the chat, and sure the second half's already started, so I will sign off. I don't see anything else in the chat, so I appreciate everyone tuning in. It's late. I appreciate that, but again, I just felt like it was important to come on excuse me, to come on and just talk about the change in the forecast, especially since it has to do with severe weather. And then after all that, it's going to be warm this weekend, warm on Monday, probably 70, maybe close to 80, and then we'll have a pretty decent cold front for New Year's Day. It won't be anything crazy, but it'll be back closer to normal. It'll feel more like winter the second half of next week. All right, so I don't see anything else in the chat. If I catch something in the chat after the fact, I'll try to answer that. But as always, I really appreciate appreciate everybody watching, and as always, I'm watching weather so you don't have to. Have a great rest of your Friday night and then into Saturday morning. I'll be watching it for you, and we will talk to you soon.